opening night at Hairouna Film Festival 2022. And we're so blessed and honored to have Clarisse with us here representing Bantu Mama. Thank you so much. It's just incredible to finish out this festival with a film like this. And of course, we've got Shane here, the programming director, and we're doing something a little different and special tonight for our Q&A because we've got two people from HFF, me and Shane, here to kind of close out the festival and talk about this amazing film. So thank you both for being here. To get us started, I'm just gonna, so Clarisse, first of all, you have multiple roles in this project.
Yes.
So,
yes. Tell me.
so talk to us a little bit about, well, primarily, I think maybe your role as a writer in the project and about where the inspiration, where this story came from.
Yes, I'm a co-writer of the film with Ivan Herrera, who is the director and also producer of the film. The idea came that we wanted to make a film that really represents us. Him as being a Caribbean and me as being Afro-European. And we wanted to do something in this specific neighborhood, something that was really raw, authentic, and that where somehow we feel legit to shoot or to tell story from there. This was really the idea, and also to have this character coming from France with and being having African roots. It was also important, especially for me, to put a character like that because this is what I am, and I don't get to see that much kind of character on films.
Mm-hmm. In your career as an actress, do you feel like you have to? Was this what was the experience like for you to write a character that you were going to play?
I didn't really thought about the acting while I was writing because we had a first draft of the script and it was really bad. It was a really bad script. And I think it was because of that, because we basically wrote scenes that Ivan wanted to film and scenes that I wanted to perform, and it was making no sense. So we decided to change everything, and then I really focused on the writing, thinking that whatever, the actress will have to, to deal with the script after if it's good. So I didn't really thought about it. Maybe just some details like yeah, she's Cameroonian because like why invent another origin? But it was more things like that about the character. But I thought more about the character than about the actress. I really tried to separate myself from that.
Get it out from that, yeah. But it's an incredible accomplishment. It really is.
Thank you.
Really, yeah.
I like that the script doesn't, overemphasize her crime or explain her motivations, but yet you still generate a lot of empathy for the character. Were you always clear on where you were going when you were approaching that aspect of the plot?
Yes, we were sure that we didn't want to give many details because finally it was not really that important. It's just something she did because she had the opportunity to do it. And it's actually very true because like the person that inspired the character, she did something like that and she don't even remember how much money she made. It's just like, why not? It was not really important.
Yeah, and there's, like you mentioned earlier, you drew upon some of your own background, and I really felt this kind of soul-searching quality to the film, and there are characters who are like asking her where she's from, and it's always like a combination of places. How much did, I guess you answered this, but how much of yourself did you bring into the identity and in shaping the characterization of this role?
Many things coming from myself, but also from Ivan. Like the Maasai scene is some sort of a tribute to my father that loves always love this tribe. The scene of the head wrap, it comes from a day where my mother was teaching Ivan how to wrap, you know, how to the different way you can make your head wrap. So there is a lot of personal things, because Ivan and I, we are a couple. So this is more the kind of thing we brought, like some details, personal, that you don't really understand that it's personal, but it's just, you know, the vibe or the, how to say that, the emotion of it.
One of the things I really loved about the film as well is like this almost seeing kind of how out of this really kind of intense like situation for her, there's almost like this happy accident, right, where she becomes the mother to these young people who are in a lot of senses like victims of a circumstance. And that head wrap scene, I think there's a lot of moments where that maternal presence is coming through in this really powerful way. And the head wrap scene is one of those ones. And I think thinking through like intergenerational, particularly with women, you know, and confidence, and you know, having that guidance when you're a young woman of what it means to express yourself with your appearance, and particularly with the head wrap, that being something that ties into the African theme, that African heritage. You know, it was really, really incredible and powerful to me. So, and I wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, of course, it's you know, African heritage, African tradition. That connection is really strong in this film. What do you? And the film seems to be making a point between the value of that knowledge and that connection for our present moment. Is that something that was definitely in the forefront of your mind when you were writing this, when you were making this project?
Yeah, definitely. In the Dominican Republic, there is a lot of denying or ignorance about the African heritage and the African roots. And like, for example, Ivan is very connected to his African roots, but it's really like through reggae. And I haven't met many Dominicans having this connection. And it was important for us to show it in a beautiful way. Like, this is also where you come from. And there is no shame about it. To the contrary, there is a lot of pride. Like, I have this African heritage, I'm African. And I've never felt ashamed. And to be honest, I've never understood like this denying and rejection, like it was something not positive or something that you shouldn't take pride of. So this is really something we wanted to share, to show that, yes, we also come from Africa. Dominican Republic is full of mixities, but this one is a very powerful one. And there is many things here that you know it's coming from Africa, and it's just and it's a shame that it's not, you know, more known and more shared, and that there is this denying thing though. So we really had that in mind. It was really like what we wanted to, a statement we wanted to make about the motherland. This is why the film is called Bantu Mama as well. Yeah, it was really important for us.
You shot this film in 3 countries, correct? Which is
yes.
Yeah, which is so impressive for an independent film. What was that like, and why was it important for you to make sure that we are seeing these different settings in the film?
Because it had to be real. It was important to show the background of Emma, my character. It was very important to show where she comes from, and obviously to show the Dominican Republic. And it was very, very important as well to shoot in Senegal, specifically in the island of Gorée, where you can see the door of no return. We choose this specific place because it's called the door of no return. It's part of the UNESCO patrimony. I'm not sure of the word. And to show that, yes, you can come back. There is some return. So it's just like, change the history, that they came back and everybody is welcome to come back.
Yeah, beautiful. That's really beautiful. Yeah. Was there a moment in this film, like, was there a particular challenge that you guys faced when you were making it?
Oh, which one? Like,
So many.
Yeah, many challenge. First, we had a very low budget. In France, we shot with a very, very low budget. Is the apartment of a friend of mine. That's her parrot. Yeah, we just brought, we just go, the three of us, Sebastian Cabrera, the director of photography, Ivan, and myself, which is also very nice, when the co-producer and co-writer is also the lead actress. It really reduces the, the budget. And yeah, and in Senegal, we were also just the three of us, and we work with a local fixer. Yeah, very small crew. It was very, very challenging, especially, yeah, because it's a very low budget, but also Caputillo is indeed the worst, like the most dangerous neighborhood of the Dominican Republic. So it was also challenging, even if we had a really nice time and we were very welcome. But yeah, everything was very real.
It's such a beautiful, like, you would never imagine that it had such a small crew, and that you were dealing with that. You really pulled it off effortlessly. The cinematography, the color, the production value. It's beautiful. It's really, really a beautiful, amazing piece of work. Seriously.
Thank you.
We have Shane. Do you want to jump in with a question before we take some from the chat?
I think we can go to the questions from the chat.
Great. Okay, we have one from Javed D'Souza in St. Vincent. He's a filmmaker here. He says, I can see the film touch some sensitive themes as well. As lead actress, what was it like opening up to that world, becoming the character? Was it exactly how you pictured it while writing, or was it something completely different?
Let me see if I can read it.
So he's basically saying that it's similar to what I was asking before, becoming that character. What was your experience like becoming that character, portraying that character?
My experience. It was very interesting because even if I share the same background, I'm very different. Yeah, I'm very different from the character. So, but I don't know. I didn't really imagine a lot because it was really like a lot of go with the flow situation. And I didn't really thought about it that much, like how it's going to be. I was, yes, thinking a lot about how to work with the kids and how to make a connection, hoping that it will be very natural. and then it went well, even if sometimes it was tough. But I didn't really thought a lot about how it will be. I was really focusing on the moment because there were a lot of things going on, and no, I didn't really project myself that much. It was really like, okay, I know the character is like that, and I knew how I wanted to act, but I didn't really thought a lot about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. The kids as well. I mean, they're are they all do they have backgrounds in acting? Their performances were incredible.
No, there are kids from
Yes.
around this neighborhood, and no, they are not actors.
Was it easy
Wow.
to create that chemistry with them as their makeshift mother?
It was easy because, yeah, it was easy, but it didn't made the work easy anyway. But yeah, they were very warm and very sweet. So yeah, the connection was easy to make.
Mm-hmm.
Javid has another question. What did you learn from the film, from the writing and acting, and what advice would you give to fellow writers or directors?
What did I learn? That it's great to write for yourself, like for your own project, and that it's very important to understand that you don't need um, I forgot the word, to follow the script line by line. You can, this is a, I love the word in Spanish. In Spanish, the word is guion, which is like a guide. And this is what I really learned, like the script is really a guide. It's not a Bible. It's a guide to guide you through your story. And you have to be able to edit, to take out many things and just focus on really the story. And that I like to write with very few dialogues. It's important, to give space to when you write, you have to think. They say a lot that, that sky is the limit and that you have to write whatever you want and like don't put boundaries to your imagination. I don't really agree with that because I think it's very important to write something that you're going to be actually able to produce, because the point of a script is to become a movie. So if you have many scripts and you have no movie, I'm not sure you're really a screenwriter, because to be a screenwriter, it has to go on the screen. And yes, you really have to focus on writing something that you're going to be able to pull off and to give life to.
Right. Exactly. So all the big explosion scenes and the
Yeah, no space.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of makeup and many things, but that's different. That's different cinema. This is something, but I think it's something that you just you will have to grow. It's like it's coming, but take it easy, one step at a time. Write something you can actually produce.
The next question is from Jimon from Trinidad. He says, he's asking, are there any future plans to expand on the topics presented in this film or tackle other topics from the Dominican Republic or elsewhere where you have interacted with?
Right now, we are working on the next project. We are writing again with Ivan, and it will be in the Dominican Republic. It will be a social drama as well, but it will be in another town and another surroundings. It's going to be different. We are not planning to go back to Capotillo for now.
And the next question is, I appreciated the cross-cultural, multidimensional reach of the film. I noticed a recurring theme of water throughout. Was this a conscious choice? And if so, what was the significance?
Yes, it was a conscience. Ivan is, how can I say that? Ivan is not a fish, doesn't sound nice, but Ivan is very close with water. He surfs a lot and he has a very special connection with water. So it was very important for him to show all this, but also, you know, with that theme of the mother, it's very important because we're talking about the motherland, but also the mother, and many times the water in the film shows the evolution of the character. It's a womb where, you know, she becomes where a lot of things happens. This is how she can run away. This is how she connects somehow, like the kid connects with her. It's yeah, he was very conscious. He has a lot of metaphors of it, and yes, and the water is beautiful to film.
True. When she's swimming in the light on the water. There's another question from Bonnie Roudette, who was jamming out to the track playing on the credits. She wants to know if you also designed the dresses.
What's the question about the track? I didn't understand.
Oh no, she said, question from Bonnie Roudette, she said that she was just saying that
okay, sorry.
Liking the music, the track that was playing on the credits, and she'd like to know if you also designed the dresses, and I guess a general question around, like, you know, the costume. And...
Yeah, we worked from the beginning with the costume designer, and we had very clear how we wanted Emma to look. At the beginning, yeah, it was designed, the outfit she has, it was some sort of tribute to Jackie Brown. And the dress at the end also has been designed. It was inspired by a very beautiful travel blogger, who's American of Cameroonian descent, and she went back to live in Senegal, saying that she wanted to be part of the rebranding of Africa, and we really connected to that. And it's another kind of tribute to all these bloggers that show Africans with a different eye. And yeah, we designed the dress inspired by that, and other stuff as well. But even also designed some stuff, like it happens, especially with the tracksuit Emma is wearing when she's traveling. We were stuck with the costume designer, and Ivan is the one who came with the idea of doing one with African wax. So yeah, a lot of things were designed.
Beautiful. We've got another question from Jamon again. He says he noticed via Google that you're a recording artist, and how did music influence this project?
It made it way easier to have some exclusive tracks.
Much easier to clear some light.
Yeah, it helps. It helped for that, yeah, for the connection. Even if the main soundtrack are produced by local musician, Mediumship, Dominicans, we have other tracks from Bodhisattva that I met when I was a recording artist, and also the dancehall, and saw a couple of other beats. And the ending theme has been produced by my producer, LS, so very exclusive. So it helps with that for the connections.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that, you know, this film was really perfect for our closing night, because it's like really encompassing a lot of the themes that we had in our program this year: migration, music,
Coming home.
Yeah, coming home. All these things came together so beautifully in this film. So I just wanted to say thank you for bringing this film to us. I think is some kind of spiritual thing that brought you to this festival, because it really fits so perfectly in our program this year. So just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if you have any more questions from the chat.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm blurry.
Yeah, you're very young.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to ask, what has the response been like to the film since it came out? Has there been anything that surprised you or anything that's kind of, because I know also, people always, see a lot of things in the film that maybe you wouldn't have imagined, or, people picking up on things that, you wanted to convey. So tell us a little bit about that.
Sorry.
You want to try turning it off?
Okay,
on
I'm back. Yeah. The response was really excellent. It was overwhelming. It was really, really amazing. I mean, we thought we made a good film, but we were not expecting that it would please so many people, honestly. And yes, it's amazing how some details we thought that it was very, like, people are not gonna notice, like, for example, the water, but many details that we were like, wow, they got that. Wow, that's crazy. That's amazing. And it's also, yeah, as a writer, it's also like we realized that, as we said, el que le llega, like the one who's gonna get it is gonna get it. So sometimes little detail, it's like that, with music too, with lyrics. Sometimes it's like, yeah, nobody's gonna notice or think about that, but actually some people do, and it's really great. Yeah, we were really happy with the response and how people understood and even discovered some meanings that were like, oh yeah, that's right, exactly.
Yeah.
It was great.
Did the film change much, in the editing process? Were there scenes that you moved around? Was there, like, what happened in that post-production?
The editors, Pablo Chea and Israel Cardenas, they brought a lot. They really helped us. This is also why you shouldn't stick to your script that much, because they really made a different editing, and they are very interesting proposals, and they are really part of the success of the film and the construction and the narrative. So yeah, the film really changed from the script to the final cut, and editing was a big part of the change.
Yeah, it's such an interesting process, right? Like from the words on the page, like that's what makes filmmaking such a fascinating thing, and you're constantly sort of in awe of the process.
Yeah, definitely.
Flow, and then all these other things are happening, and you're like moving forward and discovering simultaneously. It's we actually have a comment here from LaFleur Cockburn. She says, I am Vincentian joining from Barbados, but she says it's not really a question. The scene of braiding on the beach resonated with me because it was like a visual representation of a scene from Sherry Jones' new book. Her main character makes money braiding tourist hair on the beach in Barbados. And we connect in so many ways, and film and literature, that is, yeah. And also, I think, to add to that as well, we connect so much across different Caribbean nations. Yeah. And it's something, one of the reasons why is we always have a non-English speaking segment in our festival, and we always make sure to prioritize films from the non-English speaking Caribbean. Is because it's very easy for us to feel very divided within the region, when in reality you look at all these stories and you see how much we share in common. So much is familiar, so much is connected. There's like this really unified vision. So thank you, LaFleur, for this.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, it's true that we noticed that also, that a lot of Caribbean in the United States, they found it very refreshing and very also comforting, because they find some way home. And I'm not even only talking about Afro-Caribbean, because we had like really Caribbean, like Asian Caribbean that really connected with the film, even people in India. But it's true that that also something we realize, you don't have many films with Black people that are not African American. So it was refreshing for all of us actually, like to have characters from the Caribbean or from Europe,
Yeah.
but that are still Black.
I think it's so important, especially when we think about how, because I think something that we need more of is in these conversations is nuance. Because what happens a lot is everything's very polarized. It's either this or it's that, right? And in reality, life really is in the in between. It's in the nuance, it's in the complexity, it's in the confusion. But we want something easy to hold on to, you know? And things, you know, films like this, especially films that deal with migration or like complicated notions of identity, are really sort of encourage us, push us to kind of seek out the truth within the nuance, you know, and push us to be like, all right, even though this is difficult, let's engage with this, because that's like really where it is. We've got another question here. What's the general mood towards Haitians currently? The immigration scene was particularly stressful.
The immigration scene is a scene that is real, like this happens. But I most of the time think that the racism is more aggressive against Asian when you're outside the Dominican Republic, because I always have many questions as a French woman, like how do they treat bad the Asian there? Oh, they hate them, and of course you have that. But I don't feel like it's the general, you know, ambience. Like for example, when we were pre-producing, we were doing the location scout in Capotillo. One of the producer is really white, and a guy from Capotillo, non-Black, like very Latino, asked, "Oh, you guys are from abroad, because here the only people that live here are Asian and Dominican." And he was saying that like in a very normal way, like with no hatred, or like, it's just like, where are you guys from? You're not from here, because here it's only Dominican and Asian, and you obviously are none of that. So it's really something that I never really, I know it exists, obviously, but it's not something like you feel like, wow, they really don't hate Asian. Like, yeah, oh, they are mean to them. This exists, but it's not the general thing. And you find many Asian living a very happy life mixed with Dominicans. The thing is that there is more comments on Instagram. The aggressive one are louder too.
Yeah. How did you get into this work? Into writing, acting?
Acting, I started a long ago, but never had so many opportunities, probably because of my skin color, my origin, or maybe because I always thought it was not really, it was complicated to find interesting jobs. And also music was always disturbing, taking me other places. And writing, I always loved to write. I studied cinema at the university, but I really, for me at the beginning, screenwriting, like writing a whole film, was something very big. Like I remember when I met Ivan, I was telling him like, oh, when I started studying, my mother asked me if I was gonna tell her stories, and I felt so overwhelmed, like, oh my God, I don't think I could ever write a film, a script. It's too big. But then, like 10 years after, Ivan wanted to write a story about Jewish refugee that came in the Dominican Republic during the Second World War. And it was clear for me that I wanted to be part of it. So this is really how it started. So we write that first script together, and we sold it. We finally decided that it was not for us. And we've been writing together since. We write music videos, treatments, and we wrote this film, and we are writing another one. And yeah, you can find a couple of music videos there that we wrote together.
Lovely. Do you have anything, Shane, you want to jump into any other questions?
Not right now.
Anyone?
Don't see any more in the chat.
Yeah, I was actually wondering, because I think that it's quite incredible, I think, to find what you guys have found, you know, like being a couple and making work together. You know, was that something that is that something that kind of comes out in your work? Like, do you feel like that kind of synergy between the two of you, that comes out in what you do together?
I think yes, because we share a lot of images all the time, things that we like, that we have in common, but Ivan makes me discover many things and I make him discover things. So it's really like you have two brains. Like I don't think we will write the same things. Well, I don't think, I'm sure we wouldn't write the same things if we weren't together. It's like together we have the kind of story we really want to tell. Like, for example, I'm working on another script, and I know this is not a script that, you know, that it's something that I could write with Ivan. It's really different. Like, we even have a name for a duet when we write together. It's called Under the Mango Tree. Because this is where we always work, in the garden under the mango tree. And
I feel like this is a documentary, the two of you. I feel like it's a documentary. I'm just like seeing, especially now you said under the mango tree. I'm like,
yeah, that's under the mango tree. And even the director of photography mentioned like how we got him involved. I remember this day they were under the mango tree laughing and telling me, Sebastian, we want to make a film with you. And yeah, under the mango tree is where everything begins.
That's
so yeah, it's I think you can feel it. When we write together, it's another vibe. It's under the mango tree vibe.
That's definitely something we can relate to here in St. Vincent, because the mango tree, you know, I mean, I know growing up, like when we were in school and stuff, we would have days when we could like have class, do some stuff outside, often under a mango tree, you know. So it's definitely,
that's big and beautiful, and they have mango.
And then we get some mangoes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. With your experience with this film, was there anything, I mean, I know that we've spoken a bit about, was there anything that this taught you, but what was one of the major things that you experienced in this film that you're taking into your next project?
There is so many. Something that I always thought before, but it's confirmed with the film. If you can do it by yourself, do it by yourself. That's really what I'm taking. Like, yeah, because finally we did all by ourselves. It's very long story, but in terms of creativity, finding the money, making the film and editing the film, and we just both buy the film and selling the film. It's like, really, if you can do it by yourself, do it by yourself. Be open-minded and listen, but and yeah, honestly, I feel like I can only trust Ivan. This is also what I learned. Like, okay, we can only trust each other because people are crazy.
It's very unpredictable. And it's hard because film is so, that's what they always say about film, it's so collaborative. There's
Yeah.
so many people. And even so I think in the process of creating, or in the process of just doing anything in life, it's never just a straightforward road. It's never like you set out on the journey and then things are as you thought they would be. It's like,
I
it
think
just
this is
doesn't
really
really.
where sky is the limit, outside the script.
Yeah.
This is really where you have to go beyond your imagination, and you have plans, but you need a plan, but you need plan B, plan C, and yeah, and really need to. This is really what I've learned, and that and that we really want to share. Like, trust yourself. Don't be scared to edit, to cut. And sky is really the limit, because finally we did that movie with our personal money, and we managed to pay the crew, all the crew, a year after. And then we managed to sign with a very great agent in Paris, and finally it went bad. So we managed to end the contract, but the film was already sold to a distributor, and then we managed to buy back our film. Now we are the owner 100% again of the film, and we're gonna do it by ourselves, because this is how it works for us. So it's really, yeah, if you can do it by yourself, do it by yourself, and don't be scared to edit. The more raw, the more raw it is, the more authentic it's gonna be.
Were you able to have any screenings in any African countries?
In Morocco,
Okay.
and there is one coming soon in sub-Saharan Africa. But I can't announce it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming. It's been in Morocco and Egypt. No, Morocco just for now in Africa.
Mhm.
Was most
So
of your festival experience virtual? Because I know we
Yeah.
had COVID for the last 2 years, and it's such a shame, because your film is so international, right? And I'm sure you would have loved to have been sharing it with people. How has that been for you?
We managed. South by Southwest was virtual, but it was amazing. I know it would have been better there, but it was really great. It was a great experience. But we managed to have some in-person screening. I presented the film in London at the BFI London Film Festival. It was great, really great. Then we presented, Ivan and I, in Spain and in Belgium. And we just presented it in the Dominican Republic as well. So we managed, most of it was online for us, because it was they were also had in-person screening, but you manage. Even in Barcelona, we had it, and my nephew who lives there introduced the film. My 11 years nephew introduced the film.
Nice.
So yeah, we managed, but it's true that mostly were virtual.
Yeah. Do you have any tips for, filmmakers, young filmmakers, young creatives, writers, producers, because doing something like this, it's a colossal task. And to do something like this also with a small crew, very, very low budget, and achieve this quality, this standard, it's difficult. It's very hard to accomplish what you guys accomplished. Do you have any tips, for any advice for people who are trying to make something on a small budget but maximize the quality of what they're able to make?
Maximize the quality is really about the same thing, like write something you can produce, but also all you can save on the budget. For example, you don't need a camera B, for example, you don't need many cameras. You can have a focus on having a good cinematographer, and also good material. Like we shot with the oak anamorphic. It was the first time in the Dominican Republic that this lens were used. So it's really focused on the material and the crew. You don't really need, like, for example, the crew in France, it was makeup artist, and finally I could have done it. Not that her work was not good, but in Senegal, for example, I did it. We had the sound in Paris, first assistant camera, and kind of a fixer, and that's it. And in Senegal, it was the same, like sound, assistant camera, and yeah, I think you can think about what you really want, and you really have to be careful because, like, for example, for Bantu Mama, many people wanted to be part of the film, and at some point, even people coming for free was like, but we can't. I mean, even if you're coming for free, you need food, and you know, like, you have to be able to say no. Even if somebody wants to come for free, really has to be like, what are you gonna do? Like, you really need people that you're gonna use. Like, you don't need a big crowd, finally. And also, that's the thing, it's like, the more for me as an actress and a producer, I really don't like big crews. Like, every time the crew was going bigger, I was like, it's getting big, it's getting big, it's getting big. Like, we want something intimate. Less people, less people, less people. And also the thing is that Ivan, you know, is a producer for many years. He has worked in huge productions, and he doesn't like that as a director. You know, he's good with the challenge. You know, the more, like, when you have no limit in the budget, you lose a lot of creativity. This is where you like, let's put an explosion, and in post-production, really keep it raw, and it's more challenging because you're gonna focus on what's really important, like, and what you really need in order to tell your story, because that's the point of, you know, storytelling. Like, you have a story to tell. What do you need to tell that story? Do you need that? You don't. Because the story is this, like, do we need to shoot a scene so people understand how Emma got involved? No, we don't need to. This is another film. It would be a nice film, by the way, because it's crazy too, but that's not the story of Bantu Mama. So it's really focused on the story and what's really essential.
Yeah. I think that the film, the quality of it really is also a testament to you and Ivan's ability to listen to your instincts in terms of what is correct, what's the best context for you to create in. That definitely comes through in this film. Absolutely. Definitely, yeah. So we don't have any more questions in the chat, and we're coming around to the end of our time. Thank you so much again for being here with us. You know, it's really, again, such an incredible film. It was actually Shane that told me about this film. That was like, he was like, I've seen this amazing film. Like, we should need to show it in the festival. And when I saw it, I was like, I really haven't seen anything like this before. And now talking to you as well, like, and knowing the backstory to it as well, it's like you can really see, you know, what went into this. So it's really such a gift for us to have you here. And we really look forward to showing more of your work in the future. You guys are working on more things that are coming up?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
It's gonna involve a lot of water.
Glad to hear. Well, we'll definitely be keeping in touch and staying abreast of what you guys are up to. Yeah, and you know, this is the end of HFF 2022.
Congratulations.
You.
Thank you. Thank you. The whole team, Olivia, Beth, Timron, Shane, and myself, the kind of core team. Let me give a shout out to the team. Everybody's worked so hard. And also our extended, you know, family, friends, and everybody, like similarly, everybody kind of just throwing in to make it happen. Yeah, so grateful to end it out like this. So thank you so much again.
Thank
so
you.
much. Yeah, and take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.